Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Kroger Delivery has one mission: to deliver the freshest food right to your door. That's why our drivers are pros. Our trucks are refrigerated. And when it comes to low prices, we always deliver. With $20 off your first order of $75 or more, there's no better time to get in on the action. Mission accomplished. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
I hope I put on concealer because I was like, my dark circles are so bad because of my allergies. Megan, what's going to happen? Your eyes are going to water because of your fucking allergies.
Yep. You've been having a terrible week, so if I just hadn't been vocal about it.
I knew you were having a terrible week too. I felt it in my bones because I was like, I had a fucking struggle of a week and we weren't talking and I was like, she's struggling too. Yeah. Like, I just knew. And I was like, we'll talk about it on the podcast. And then we almost didn't even fucking record. Mm-hmm. And then I was going to be like, I got to ask her how she is because I know she's not good because neither am I.
Nope.
So what's up with you?
Both of our eyes are watering.
We're sobbing.
I took a allergy pill.
I literally took it. That's what I just took, Melissa, too.
Yep, me too. But I'm just cramping like nobody's business. I'm exhausted. I just want to sleep all day. I've had so much to do this week. And yesterday, I was like, I didn't get to everything on my list. But then I looked at my list and I was like, bitch, this is what a normal person gets done in a day. And I was like down on myself about it. But it was like, I'm just not in a good mood. My period's starting next week. That's what it is. I know that's what it is. But I haven't. And then also because it's been so hot, I haven't been able to get up to run. But I've also been trying to stay on the same schedule. So I'm in bed every day by 9, but I'm still exhausted.
No, we've been trapped inside of our homes. And I know that happens in other places, but like we pay a lot of money to not have to deal with that. Mm-hmm. So like psychologically, you have the weakest people in terms of being trapped with weather. Like we moved here because of that. Like we're choosing not to do that because we said, I can't do that. And then when we have to do that, literally everyone I've come into contact with in the last week, we've all lost all social skills because we've been forced inside and like everybody is just angry, which is fair.
It's fair. We're not getting our vitamin D. Monday, I was going to go to the beach because I also worked like from last Monday till Sunday because I was directing an audiobook that went on. So I didn't have a weekend. So I was taking Monday off, which I did for the most part. But I was planning to go to the beach so I could just be completely locked off so I didn't have to do anything. Mm-hmm. And something happened where I couldn't leave my house. I'll tell you, but I'll cut it out because you can Google and figure out where I live.
I assume citizen thing. Wow, that is crazy. That's like one of those fever dreams. You're like, did that happen?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I couldn't leave. And I was like, that was my thing. Was like I was like,
you've been looking forward to it.
Yep.
That's fair. That was like anytime, obviously nowhere near as bad as that, but like anytime we've had, we've been in this heat wave for so long that any day that it was going to be like, oh, it's only going to get up to 90, we were like, perfect. We're going to like go out and do something. And then we would check in the morning and be like, psych, it's actually going to be 105. And we're like, oh, cool. Now the only thing that was keeping me sane for the last 4 days is gone. Yep. And now how am I supposed to get through the next fucking 4?
And they keep extending. It was like, because weather was just supposed to, what are they calling it? It was supposed to go to the 9th for extreme heat, but the exact name for it. And then every day I'm getting a notification saying, nope, next day, nope, next day, nope, next day.
I would check that day and they're like, so it's end tonight at 8 o'clock. And I go, awesome, 8 o'clock. They go, ending tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow morning goes, ending tonight at 8 o'clock.
So today and tomorrow are supposed to be a little bit cooler, but then it shoots back up over the weekend.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Well, mine
Unless
doesn't
it
say
changed.
that.
Unless it changed today.
No, we seem to be pretty okay.
Okay, great. Love it.
Today's high
is
80,
it's looking
which
good.
Is crazy. Like, we have not had this since May. Yeah, but the air quality is very bad.
That's very bad. Very bad.
So that's probably why our allergies are extra bad. So we have to discuss something that is so important to me and something that we talked about on this podcast. And you got to have your own George Santos moment.
Okay.
With the RSV mom. Melissa, have you watched the show?
I have not watched the show. I have been quite busy. So
No, fair. It's only 8 episodes.
So all of them are out?
They're all out. And I just have to say, like, hats off to the people who recognized the relentless thirst for clout in these women. And I say that with the utmost respect for all of them except for one. Because these bitches were made for reality TV. And now they're getting on their fucking Instagrams and being even messier. There's one scene where there is, and this is like our actual personal hell and why we could never have been cast, because the way we would have not tolerated it. 2 of the girls go to, I don't know what it's called in Utah, but we would call it a Korean spa. They go in a salt room in like a spa, but I don't know if it's just like an isolated salt room or whatever, but that's where we would go. And one of them brings her 2 kids. She's not watching the kids. The other friend is keeping an eye on the kids. The kids are flipping inside the salt room. Inside of the salt room. They're flipping the light switches.
Should not be in there.
Melissa, they're licking everything. And she goes, yeah, they love to eat it. And this girl's like,
no.
They're flipping the light switches on and off. And her friend is the one who's just watching the kids being like, someone's got to fucking watch these kids. Because she's just like talking shit about other. And it was just fucking crazy. And I was like, oh my God, that is my worst nightmare. But like, they literally are getting on Instagram and being like, you know, like, you're desperate and like all this stuff afterwards. And I'm 99% sure, because I saw on their socials that they were posting about going to Italy. And I was like, that's a fucking Bravo style Real Housewives trip. Like, I know, like, and they did a couple of other trips, but they were posting about that, but that wasn't in the show. And I was like, oh, you've already filmed season 2. They left off season 1 on like a cliffhanger. And they're like, I hope we get a season 2. And I was like, you definitely already filmed a season 2. And that's why they're like, for answering some of the questions, they're like, oh, I don't know, maybe like you'll see it later on, like, I don't know. And so they don't want to like spoil things that like more storylines might come through. But it's crazy. And Mats was like, he hates Scientology.
You said
more than
you weren't
anything.
going to watch it.
No, Melissa. I started getting those ads fed to me because my algorithm heard me saying I'm not going to watch it. And they said, bitch, bet. And they started feeding me the ads. And as soon as the trailer dropped where they're dressed up like under his eye, Handmaid's Tale, I was like, oh, I'm actually kind of into this. Like,
do you want to explain RSV mom for people that may be
Whitney
lost?
Levitt, which I got to watch my back because she says she's going to come out to LA and she's going to be an actress. So, woo. Yeah, so I think I talked about her on an early episode of But Am I Wrong? And her child was in like the I don't know if it was a NICU.
It wasn't a newborn.
No, it wasn't. It was a baby, but like not a newborn, but like a pediatric ER or intensive, the PICU. Yeah, pediatric intensive care unit. And had RSV, which kills many babies. Babies are like maybe 2 months old, if that. And she did one of those like dances where like words pop up on the screen about being like, and like the baby is literally like in the background in a fucking
plastic crib. It's a plastic crib. That's what they call it.
But it's like
it's a medical plastic crib.
There are wires, there are tubes coming out from like it is like that is a serious situation. She's dancing, being like, he's not breathing on his own yet, but hopefully like twerk, and it was fucking crazy. And they talk about it on the show, like, and she to this day, she goes, people just like misconstrued my intention. I was just happy. And when I'm happy, I like want to dance. And the way that like she is so committed to being the villain and has no idea that she's the villain. Like she wants to explode her own life and then goes, oh my God, why would you guys do that to me? And they're like, you started all of it. Like it's the craziest. It might be one of the most extreme victim complexes I've ever seen. She pulled a nasty, mean-spirited prank on somebody about something in their private life, which she said she knew she'd be so mad about. And like she told all these people, even though she wasn't supposed to tell anyone, she like does this surprise for her. And she knew she'd be mad. Again, knew she'd be mad. And then she's mad. And then she's mad at her for being mad. And she's like, I'm expecting an apology. I was like, Melisa, it's fucking crazy.
Okay.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Buntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I study the secrets of the divine plagues and uncover the blasphemous truth that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The heresies of Radolf Buntwine, wherever podcasts are available.
I need to do some digging because I'm like, who? Because I know one of the executive producers, and I'm like, or I don't know if she's a producer or an executive producer, but I saw her name on the credits, and I was like, I got to find out who you rep from this because I've got questions.
I'm sure that she saw the videos in the same way that you saw them and was like, let me sign these people up, and then she.
I think she would. In my guess, I think she reps Taylor. That would be my guess. But it's wild, and I have to say, Mormon men, like Mormon women, jump ship, abort ship. Like they don't support you. But if we want to talk in a superficial way, girls, you're so pretty. Your husbands are so fucking ugly.
Thumbs.
It was hard to look at. Like I was like, this is insane. And like at least like two of them are nice. One of them, they like make fun of her because she's like 29 and her husband's like 50 or 40 something or whatever. And I went, at least he's decent to look at. The rest of them, I have to squint. Like, and they're bad. Like he likes her. He's nice to her. He makes you guys fucking charcuterie boards. The rest of your husbands are broke, misogynistic freeloaders. And they're ugly. That's insane to me. Insane to me.
I stopped watching Real Housewives of Utah, like the second season. So if things have gotten, if he's turned into like a complete asshole since then, scrap what I'm about to say. But there's this one gal in there named Whitney, and she left her husband for this man that also looks like a thumb. Like they had an affair.
That's crazy.
And he's much older than her. But then they showed pictures when they like had the affair, and he was actually decent looking.
Oh my God,
like,
he catfished her?
And then he just, as they grow
and then he
older,
just stopped trying? No, I've actually heard, I saw a TikTok from someone who's like an ex-Mormon. They were like, Mormon men age like more rapidly than you'll see with anyone. They're like, it's actually like it's a little startling. But
he was like the one that was like nice to her. Like,
yes,
he seemed like he was happy to be in the relationship.
And that's what I'm saying. I go, if you want to date a fucking uggo, like that's okay. But if you want to date a broke uggo with no job who does not do childcare, that man better be so nice to you. And if he's not going to be nice to you, it's just like, what are we doing here? What, like, that's half of your child's gene pool. Why would you do that to them? It's Melissa, it is fucking insane. Like, it's truly, and these girls are gorgeous. The girls are so gorgeous. And these men, there's one man who he gets hair plugs while on the show, but doesn't talk about it. He shows up, he's got blonde hair one day, then it's shaved, then he got a mustache, then he's got long hair, then it's a shorter long hair, then it's buzzed again, then we got hair plugs. And I'm like, what is going on? Like the timeline, I think it started shooting, they shot over the course of like 2 years, because in the first episode, someone gets arrested. And so they have to like put a pin in that and like, we'll circle back. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm so fascinated by Mormonism. That's like a hyperfixation ever since like I met Aspen. And I was like, because Aspen's not Mormon, but she like made a TikTok talking about this, which is something I've said to her forever, that I was like, you're not Mormon and you've never been Mormon, but you're like Mormon adjacent, like in the Utah culture of like, you know, she doesn't drink alcohol really. And, you know, when we were younger, like she didn't really swear as much, didn't drink coffee. Like there was those things that like socially and culturally you kind of adopt. And because it's in Utah, there are even like ex-Mormons on the show, but like they all still are used to this life and all of this stuff. But it's just like, it's so fascinating. And they'd go to the soda shops, the soda shoppies, and they're getting all their pumps of their things, whatever. And Melissa, there's one girl who converted on her own at 16. And no one in her family is Mormon.
Was it her friend group?
It was her school.
Oh.
And I'm like, I need to know more about her backstory, because she's a black woman. She's the only black woman on the show. And her, And I'm like, and she's like, I don't have a great relationship with my parents. So I'm like, might it have anything to do with the, like, because
usually they shitty parents before and she turned to the religion.
Yeah. And I'm like, because to me, either one of those is highly I don't think I don't think you have a great circumstance to then turn to a religion that is explicitly racist. Like, to me, that is not someone who is in a good spot. It's going to be their first choice, especially at 16. I'd be like, okay, we need to move then. If all of your friends are white Mormons, it's time for us to hop in the car and we're going to get a new place to live. But she's like not as like strict of a Mormon at all. She's gorgeous. She's so fun. But she had a baby at 19. Some of them had babies at 16. Like,
that's not surprising to me.
No, not at all. And then the parents are like so upset that they keep like, someone else keeps having a baby out of wedlock. And I was like, maybe if you guys weren't so anti-fucking birth control. Like, yeah, like once you've already had sex. The soaking
isn't working.
Yeah, apparently the one they really say is docking. And I was like, that's grosser to me. And they use a term within the community called Jack Mormons, which means like you're a bad Mormon. And I'm like, oh, and also the theory I saw of the TikTok of is that the hot Mormons are not staying abstinent. They're fucking. They're usually not ending up staying Mormon, because life when you're hot is more fun when you're not Mormon. And so that's why all these husbands are ugly, because they're like, yeah, she's like, that's just, they're virgins. Like, and when that's the prerequisite, crazy. But I can't wait for you to watch it.
It'll be a while, but I'll eventually get to it.
And I'll show you, I'll send you my favorite guy. Actually, hold on. I don't know their pronouns. I'm pretty sure it's he, him pronouns. But They're my favorite TikToker. I found them from reacting to Love Island. And I was like, oh, we have the same thought process. Yeah, Cameron. Yeah, it's Cameron Freeman. And he's so fucking funny. And he does all of these reactions and he's like literally screaming at the camera about like the stupid shit that they're doing. And he's so good.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey, guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Hey everyone, join me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melisa Demons, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
Each week, we deliver 4 fun-filled shows.
In Don't Blame Me, we tackle our listeners' dilemmas with hilariously honest advice.
Then we have But Am I Wrong, which is for the listeners that didn't take our advice. Plus, we share our hot takes on current events.
Then tune in to See You Next Tuesday for our listener poll results from But Am I Wrong?
And finally, wrap up your week with Fisting Friday, where we catch up and talk all things pop culture.
Listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
And Mott's obviously also was obsessed because he read some book about Mormonism like recently. I don't know who. It was like, you know, he loves a history book.
He loves a rando book. That's what he loves.
He loves a niche like aspect of like history. Or like, he also read one about like, I don't know, some woman wrote like an article about like Lululemon or whatever. I don't know what about Lululemon. But he like read the whole book and I was like, that boy stays reading. And it was some Mormon book. What a nerd. I know, literally. And he read that book and he was like, this is a hot take, but like I have to let you know that like I almost hate it as much as Scientology. And I was like, damn, that's big, because he hates, because he's also read a lot of books on Scientology. He hates Scientology. He doesn't even like it when I make jokes about how I'm upset that they won't recruit me when I walk by. He's like, don't say that. They're so dangerous. I'm like, okay, I know. But like, I am a little offended that they never try and recruit me. Sorry. Just being honest. Ugh. I can't wait for you to see it. What about you?
Like I said, I was directing that audiobook for a minute.
I think I heard, and I was like out of it because it was last night when I was like really not feeling well. Uh-huh. I heard an ad for one of the audiobooks that you did, and I can't remember which one it was.
I don't know. But I know Allison's just got, I don't know if it wasn't Allison's, but hers just got like Audible.
Yeah.
Pushed it to like books you should be listening to. So that's big.
That's really good.
Yeah.
When does it drop? Is it already out?
It comes out in October.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. But
sorry, continue.
That one's getting good press though. It's good. She was super nervous about it because she was like, I feel like I'm just regurgitating information. And I was like, no, I think that you're presenting information in a new way. And I truly think that people before they get married should check this book out. And then like there's been so much positive press, like calling it refreshing and like a new take. So I was like, see, I told you.
Plus when it's a collection of information that you bring from like different perspectives, you know what I mean? You connect dots and do all that kind of stuff. Like people aren't necessarily spending the hours researching things that seemingly are not connected until someone else adds the narrative.
Yep. But I don't know. Do you remember anything about it?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't Allison.
Okay. Yeah. I finally signed the contract with the script that I'm adapting for Kindle.
Oh, cool.
Not Kindle as in the book service, but Kindle as in our manager.
Yeah,
has the rights to a book. So I've started that, and she's got me on a tight deadline. So that's been taking, which I need, because then I'll just put things off.
Yep.
So, and like stop points along the way. So yeah, things they seem to be okay.
She's working.
Yeah, she's working.
I love that for you.
I've come up with a plan. What were you about to say?
I was about to say, we're in like such opposite vibes right now. Like the way that I was like, all I've done this week is arts and crafts, because I was like, I feel like I'm on like
edit something. You put up a video this week. No, you did that on Thursday.
Once I finally did that, I was like, I can't stay awake. I'm on the verge of a mental breakdown because I know that there's something wrong with me. And the doctors are like, yep, but we don't know what it is. And I'm like, so like just miserable about it. And so I've been doing, and I couldn't leave the fucking house. And like, I'm not a stationary person. Like I have fucking buzzy energy. I need to walk outside at least 100 times a day. And so I just have been doing arts and crafts to, what I'm producing so much. Like, Melissa, I have been, like, if it's not nailed down, I'm painting it. Like, I'm doing too much.
That was me during the pandemic.
Yes,
and then I got rid of all my furniture because I was like, this is ugly.
No, listen, that is how I feel. I'm like one step away from like whipping coffee. Like, I'm getting back to that. And I was like, okay, Megan, you need to like chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, I almost spent like $80 on this like little paint palette. And I was like, Megan, you don't need that. You're fine. But I've been making like some cute art.
Do you have anything to show to the class?
Well, there's no video.
Well, later. They can look forward to it on Monday for But Am I Wrong?
Let me see if I have any on my phone.
And if we're on, you can see it on Patreon.
I might not, though.
I've been also planning out how I'm going to completely redo swapping my office for my bedroom. I've been talking about that for a while.
Yep, a while. Understatement.
Yeah, but there were reasons why I couldn't do that.
No, that's fair.
And those reasons have now gone away. So now I can do it. But then I was like playing out my closets, because you know how like my closets are set up. They're just not good. It was just, they just put up a rack. Or not even a rack.
No, you've got
pole.
One of those, and it's not even, one of them is like this. One of them's not even fully straight across.
Yeah, so I was looking for like shelving solutions.
Yeah.
And so I figured out how to do it for the one that's in the office and then the two that are in the hallway. So everything's going to be great soon. Just when I have time to do it. But I'm going to do it.
If you need help, I love doing things that I need to do at my house at other people's homes.
And then we can switch.
It's
we
so
can be
much
each
easier.
other's motivators.
Yeah, it's so much fucking easier. As someone who literally has been saying that I need to get like, I don't have enough hanging like space in this house, and so I have like 3 temporary clothing racks that I got when we moved in, and I was like, well, I'll install like, you know, hooks on the like bars on the wall. Haven't done it.
Yeah. But I think like with the shelving units, it makes it easier than
it does.
I don't have to. I just measure for if it can fit there, as opposed to let me get the rack and the hanging thing. It's too much.
No. And also, you can just shut the door.
Yeah.
I can't do that. That's my issue.
Oh, yeah.
It has to look nice. But really what I wanted to do is the sliding doors behind me. And it should be easier than it is. But like, sometimes I'm like, God damn this well-built old home. Because these things are not like, you know, you can't just like finagle them out like you can with a new build. But they're like sliding doors. And I was like, I just want to like take the trim off and then put hinges on and add them so they can open out. And then I could fit way, 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 way more in there because it's not sliding and you don't have to like reach around. And then I could do like a whole second row of hanging stuff in there. That'll be great. And I would have to like rip it down.
Yeah.
To do that. And I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And they don't even have wheels
behind you.
There's not even wheels on them. They just slide on the wood.
Yeah.
Wood on wood.
Wood on wood.
Surfboard.
No lube.
Raw dogging. Splinters. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But yeah, I'm currently doing a lot of clay crafts. I'm making some magnets.
Did you find your images?
Refrigerator. What?
Did you find the images on your phone?
No, I don't have any.
What a disappointment.
During lunch, I'll take some.
Okay.
And I can probably even just show you a screenshot from my video, because I have been filming, making some of them. But yeah, I'm like, I have to do a whole gallery wall, except now I'm like kind of like regretting part of it. And so I'm like, should I like start part of it over, which is a lot. But here's the thing, I hyperfixate and then I don't worry about it. I like will forget about it. So I know if I'm getting stressed or I'm annoyed. Oh, and then I was doing what was it? It was doing flower arranging. I got flowers and I was like, let me arrange these. That was fun.
They have classes at the Getty for flower arranging. We should go take it.
Oh my
it's
God.
Free.
We should. That would be really fun. I love the Getty.
Me too.
I can name drop Gigi, see if that gets us anything. Hey, I know a Getty by marriage.
Right.
I've also met Nats. Nats is very, very, very kind.
Yeah, Nats came when Gigi was on Not Too Deep. Nats came, was just chilling, sitting there while we were recording. It's like, what's up?
Yeah, I really liked. We met at where did we at like an event or whatever, and Gigi's like one of the like oldest like internet friendships I've had. Like I've known her forever. Like we went clubbing in New York when I was underage. Like we have just known each other forever. So whenever we see each other at something, she's like, "Oh my God, thank God you're here." Like, and we were hanging out, and Nats was like, "Wait, I've heard so much about you. You're like an OG," and I was like, "This is so kind and so sweet." But no, Gigi's like the funniest, greatest person. I always say her and Kingsley are like some of the best people. Christine Sedelko, you know, people who might have like different personalities than you expect. Gigi's personality is like very similar, but like are like the best kind of people. Okay, these are not the done pictures, but here's a couple.
Save it for But Am I Wrong?
But they're on my computer. Okay, I'll airdrop them to myself.
How are they? Oh, because you used your camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and I have more pictures.
Computer, but not on your phone.
I know. I've got pictures of some of it, but not on. They're on a memory card. I don't know where.
Merry Christmas, everybody! My name is Eric Peterson. I'm here with my good buddy,
Danny Jordan.
And we are the hosts of Christmas Countdown Show.
We're so thrilled to be bringing the merriment to you all this holiday season. On Christmas Countdown, we love to count down our top 10 favorite things related to the holiday season. That could be food, movies, music, everything that we all love about this massively merry good time. So wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you click that subscribe button. Eric, are you ready?
I am ready, and we hope that you are too. Merry Christmas, everybody! Let's go!
Do you love Disney? Then you are going to love our hit podcast, Disney Countdown. I'm Megan, the magical millennial.
And I'm the dapper Danielle.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. There is nothing we don't cover.
We are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you're looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.
Also, how did you not get an alert for the earthquake today? It was so fucking loud.
I don't know. That's crazy to me because Mats had to go to work early.
And he didn't get one either?
Well, so I'm like an incredibly light sleeper. Like I will wake up if there's an earthquake in the middle of the night. Like I'll wake up. I wake up from anything. Yeah, that's crazy. And so Mats he was like leaving the house at like around that time. And so like, even if he like slightly shifts in the bed, I wake up. Like he goes to golf, whatever, he goes to work. So he was getting up right before that. And therefore I was getting up and like getting out of bed. So like I would have been up and I like, neither of us got the alert and let alone feel it. I thought I felt one the other day, but I probably did, but I didn't care enough to look it up because it wasn't like that big.
I heard it per usual. Like, and so I usually get up.
Wait, did you hear the earthquake or did you hear the alert?
All of it. So around 7:25, I usually get up every day and I pee and I get back in bed for like 10 more minutes to like wake up, and then I get up around 7:45. So I got up at 7:25 to as my usual pee goes. Got back in bed, and I was closing my eyes to get my short little nappy nap in before my alarm goes off. And then I hear the rumble rolling in, and I was like, oh, an earthquake's coming. And then like not even half a second later, this loud, obnoxious blaring starts going off on my phone, and I am like, what the fuck is that? Because it's never happened during an earthquake before.
No, that's usually an Amber Alert.
Yeah. And then the earthquake came, and then I looked at my phone. And so this is what I think happens when I looked at my phone to try to turn that obnoxious thing off. I think I turned off my alarm in the process because it went off at the same time, basically. But it was a long earthquake.
Wait, that's crazy.
Maybe it wasn't. I mean,
we'd feel it.
Yeah.
It's just so random. We just missed it. I don't know how.
So that happened. Maybe you need to update your phone. I don't know.
I'm actually pretty good with not getting those because we have too many earthquakes for them to give us an audio notification.
I just want you to be aware that it could be coming.
The big one.
Not the big one. I mean, as in
those alarms.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just, we don't need that. Give that to New York. They freaked the fuck out when they had theirs. And like, granted, yeah, if I was in a really tall ass fucking building, like I might feel a little unstable too. So like, we don't need them though.
No.
Like when we can't tell if we're having an earthquake or someone's pulling in their trash cans, like that we're desensitized to it and like we're fine.
Yeah, like Avia said she was in front of her house and she thought that her baby was playing with the phone and had messed up something on the phone. And she came inside, and then because her mom was there, and her mom was like, I wonder how big that one was. And Avia was like, what?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's just like, let us live in peace. We're like used to the earthquake, and I'm not used to those fucking alarms.
Right. And it wasn't like, if that alarm came half a second after I already heard it rolling in, and by the alarm isn't going to do anything.
No,
like,
and it's also
I feel the earthquake the same time the alarm is going off
under your feet.
Like, what are you alarming me to?
No, it's not. Hey, tornado's coming. It's like, by the way, that was an earthquake, and it's like, cool. I can just go on Twitter.
I know.
That's what we do.
But then it didn't give any information about like. If I tap on it, I feel like if I tap on it, it should be like, this was the magnitude it was. There's no information. It just says emergency, earthquake detected. Drop, cover, hold on, protect yourself.
Shut up. Drop, cover?
Yeah, it says drop, cover, hold on, protect yourself. By the time I read that, it's over.
Melissa, do you think is there like some prop that just passed about like gearing up for the big one? Because like
maybe
they know that I'm from here, so I didn't get on the list. Because like Mott's would love that. Anytime it's earthquake, and I'm like, okay, we'll be fine.
That's literally I texted you and said, hope you feel better, because I was already asleep when you sent the text message last night. And then I put my head back under the pillow and went back to sleep. I thought my alarm was going off in a few minutes. It didn't.
It didn't, but it's okay.
But
that's just so wild. Yeah, there's got to be some propaganda in here about us giving these alerts to something we literally cannot do anything about. And also, like, they can't even tell the magnitude of an earthquake. Like, it takes them a week to like so solidly feel confident in saying what the magnitude is without it changing every 5 minutes. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do with that information? Nothing. Well, anything else? Anything else you want to talk about?
I'm good. We've talked enough.
Sounds great.
All right. The votes haven't gone up. We should talk about that. Maybe they're up by now.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Now that we don't record and we don't air it till Tuesday, you've got time. We can record it on Monday.
Yeah, I apologize, everybody.
On Wednesday, we've got nothing. Thursday, we've got Don't Blame Me. And then we'll be right back here for Fisting Friday.
We'll be right back at it at the end of the night. Wonder what he's doing, Bob. We already looked that up recently, didn't we?
I don't know what you're talking about.
B.O.B.
Oh, yeah.
Bob.
Bad stuff.
Yeah, that was like, he's the one who's doing the bad stuff.
We had hit stop before we got into, we had been talking good about him, and then we hit stop, and then we got into conspiracy theories. So I had to cut all the information out the podcast.
So Melissa and I did a deep dive on Bob, B.O.B, and we were like, oh my God, he's making music. Like, well, he grew up so cute. And then we scrolled a little bit farther. We got, oh God, no, we're getting the worst conspiracy theories in the world. Oh no, he started GoFundMe for people to help him send things to space to prove his conspiracy theories, which of course are rooted in bad things. So that's what he's doing. But I will forever, in my mind, separate. That's one time I'm going to separate the art from the artist. And it's just that one fucking song.
Yeah.
I know every word to that song. So good.
Good song.
Yeah, it's about airplanes. Who doesn't love when someone, like, they're like, hey, could you hop on this?
And it's also
Haley Williams.
Yeah.
Love her.
I couldn't, in my head, I was like, not Panera, not Panamore, not Parameter.
Not Pandora. No. That's so funny. Not Panera. What is that again? Yeah, Paramore. That's fair. I did that recently with something, and I kept trying to, like, say the right word. And Mats was like, what are you saying? And I was like, I'm not saying the right word, but I need you to get close enough to this. And he goes, you got to try some more. I was just trying so hard.
All right. Goodbye for real now.
Bye.
Welcome to the small town of Chinook, where faith runs deep and secrets run deeper. In this new thriller, religion and crime collide when a gruesome murder rocks the isolated Montana community. Everyone is quick to point their fingers at a drug-addicted teenager, but local deputy Ruth Vogel isn't convinced. She suspects connections to a powerful religious group. Enter federal agent V.B. Lauro, who has been investigating a local church for possible criminal activity. The pair form an unlikely partnership to catch the killer, unearthing secrets that leave Ruth torn between her duty to the law, her religious convictions, and her very own family. But something more sinister than murder is afoot, and someone is watching Ruth. Chinook, starring Kelly Marie Tran and Sanaa Lathan. Listen to Chinook wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural then and now.